Hi again, Panther fans. It's time for the Georgia State Sports Update. Dave Cohen joined by Georgia State's head football coach Trent Miles. The Panthers just back from lovely Jonesboro, Arkansas. And Panthers came up a little short to the Red Wolves of Arkansas State. Coach, overall, I would say some aspects to the game that you really liked, because I'm sure you've watched film of it already, and then some aspects that you probably wish that we could go back and play again.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, we played well.
We did.
And that's a really good football team. But we have a very good football team. It's in crucial moments that we make some mistakes. Our special teams was a little shoddy during the game. Too much penetration up front. They got their hands on two of our kicks early in the game. They blocked the extra point. They actually blocked one that ended up going through. Gave up a big return, a couple big returns. Just a guy losing contain. Got guys, in position to make tackles, and the guy just forces them back to those guys like he's supposed to. Didn't get it done. I thought we did some really good things on defense. We got our first defensive touchdown this year. Got a couple interceptions, created some turnovers. Offensively, we played extremely well in the first half. Didn't do much in the second half, and then we don't get it on a 4th and short, and then we force a bad decision. Nick made a bad decision on the second down play, throws the interception, and basically that puts us in a bind in the game. But you got the ball in the second half, a chance to go up 2 touchdowns, and you've got 4th and 6 inches, and we don't get it, and they go down, tie the game. Then we take the lead on the great kickoff return by the Marquand Green, and then they come back and get the pick and end up getting in the lead, and kind of a little much for us to overcome, but we've got to get to the point where we can overcome those things and expect to overcome them.
Well, a couple of the big plays just wanted you to talk about, because we're talking about some of the younger guys in this program. Marquand Green, who's been returning kicks because of our running back situation.
He's our third-team tailback.
He's now your third-team tailback. He returns 100 yards, actually a little bit more. I know in college it's just 100, but he was a good a couple of feet anyway into the end zone when he fielded the kick.
Yeah, he's got a lot of speed. He's a great young man, and he's tough. Plays on all of our special teams, and at some point this year you are going to see him in the backfield at tailback. So we're very glad to have him. He's our Colquitt County connection. Todd Boyd, Gabe Mobley, and Marquand Green. And those are 3 quality young players, 2 freshmen and a sophomore that are excellent players for winning programs. So, we're excited to have him and the other ones, and we'll see him continue to get better and better.
One other guy, too, Chandon Sullivan. His first, it's hard to believe, 5 years, 7 games into the history of the program, was still coming up with some firsts. And it was, I believe, deflected by Bobby Baker to Chandon Sullivan. Returns at 25 yards, the first pick 6 in the history of Georgia State football.
Wow.
This far into the program.
I had no idea. Well, 6 years, most of these schools have been playing football since the late 1890s. So, it took 6 years to get one, and hopefully we can get more.
Another big game for Penny Hart, too. Again, you talk about sensational freshman, 7 catches, 128 yards in the Arkansas State game. He just continues to get better and better.
Penny is an unbelievable person and player, and I'm so glad to be around him every day. His smile is contagious, and he's got a great personality, and he's got great leadership ability, and he can perform well on the field. So he's a great asset for our program and for the whole Georgia State community.
Well, Coach and I are going to talk a little bit about this week's game, the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette. But right now, we're 7 games into the schedule. Time now to take a look at some of the better highlights in the first 7 games for Georgia State football.
Don't you open up that window. Don't you let out that antidote. Popping pills is all we know. Inhales is all we know. Don't go through the front door. It's low key at the night show. So don't you open up that window. Popping pills is popping pills is
Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette pay a visit to the Georgia Dome this week. And again, we're talking with head coach Trent Miles. And, you look at your football team getting back inside the dome. I know the rain has been a little bit of a hassle. You guys practiced indoors at the rec center earlier this week, but you're going to be, I think you were in the Georgia Dome on Tuesday morning. And I know you'd like to practice in the dome more. If you can, as we play out the final 5 games of the schedule.
Well, we're trying to find ways to get our team to perform at a high level at home in the dome like they do when they're on the road. And we're looking for all kinds of answers, and we're trying anything. So the more, we're always at the liberty of what the dome says we can do. So when they say we can go in there, we're trying to get in there as much as possible to get them comfortable with their surroundings and understand that that's our home field, and we need to play with as much energy in there as we do on the road and make it a special place. So, the more we can get in there, the better.
Sure, and hopefully it pays dividends because, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 of the final 5 games are at home in the Georgia Dome.
Yes, and again, we want to make it a special place, and we appreciate all the fans that come out and support us, and we're glad that you're there, and we've got to find a way to make it worthwhile for more people to come and make it a very electric place. And for us to play at a high level, and we've got to find a way as coaches and as a team to get the same mental approach and high level of energy for home games as we do when we're on the road.
All right, Coach and I talked a little bit about Marquand Green, who is now the 3rd string tailback just because of the injury situation involving Georgia State football. One guy who played pretty well, I think you'll agree, at Arkansas State was one of your wide receivers, Glenn Smith, who's played running back a little bit in high school. 16 carries, 82 yards last Saturday night out there.
Glenn did a really good job, and he'll be permanently at running back. I think it's a natural fit for him. He was an option quarterback in high school. We tried to get him to go running back last year in his true freshman year, and he wasn't quite ready for really wanting to. But he came to us about moving to tailback once Kyler went down, and I thought he did a really good job. And where I was really pleased with him was running between the tackles. Usually when you bring a guy from the wide receiver position, you put him at running back, they're okay when the ball's on the perimeter, but when you got to run between the tackles, it's a little different for him. And it wasn't too fast for him or too physical for him. I thought he fit in well and looked the part, and will continue to play that role.
He's got pretty good speed if he can get towards the outside, left or right side. Then you got DeMarcus Kirk, of course, now, who is an interesting situation in and of itself, is one of the original running backs that we had at the start, back in the summer during summer camp. He's really found a role for himself too. As you say, next man up, and DeMarcus has been right there and has answered the bell.
DeMarcus is our starter and runs well. He's more of an inside guy, but he does have the ability to get outside, and he's only a freshman. So he's got a lot of improvement to do, but I'm happy with the direction that he's going, and he's just got to continue to keep getting better and running the ball like he is.
All right, so again, the Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette, they trailed almost the entire game against Louisiana Monroe, came back and won that football game. And, this past week we saw Freddie Knighton, the quarterback at Arkansas State. This week it's Jalen Nixon, another mobile quarterback who maybe doesn't throw the ball quite as well.
Well, they made a change in the game. Mm-hmm. Towards the end, they brought in their other quarterback, and that's who led them back. They're a team that has it figured out also. Yeah. If you look at their record and their bowl appearances in the last so many years, they've done a really good job, and they know how to win games, and when it gets tight, they know how to remain calm and win because they've been there. So, we've got to do a good job as coaches to get our players over that hurdle and get them to understand how to get it done and in the crunch time. So it'll be a battle. We battled them there last year. Our first year here, we played them pretty tough, but they bring in a good football team, a team that's still fighting for the conference championship. I think they only have 1 loss in conference, and we've got a chance to move up to 2-2 and bring them down to 2-2. So we have the chance to tie with them. So it's a huge game for us. I think you'll be really happy with the results.
All right, coming up Saturday at 2 o'clock, Georgia State, Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette inside the Georgia Dome. Time now for questions for Coach Miles. Again, our cameras have crisscrossed the campus of Georgia State. And here are the questions this week for head coach Trent Miles.
Hi, my name is Alexandra Foxley, and I'm a senior and a marketing major. My question is, how do you handle player injuries during the season, and are there doctors on the sidelines to help you deal with them?
Well, the first part of the question, how do we handle player injuries during the season? We don't. We allow our trainers. Bob Murphy is excellent at what he does, and his staff, Brandon Dobo and the rest of them, and our team doctors who are on the sidelines during the game. We have a general practitioner and 2 orthopedic surgeons on the sideline with us. So we allow them to handle all the injuries. They just report to me. Every day I get a training room report of who's injured, who's doubtful, who's questionable, who's limited, who's out, and they just tell us, inform us, and then we go about our business and coach the guys that are getting ready to play. So we don't really have anything to do with the injuries, nor do I want to, and we do have doctors on the sidelines with us to cover all aspects.
Hi, my name is Chantel Calhoun. I'm a senior at Georgia State University, majoring in hospitality. Just wanted to ask Coach, does Nick Arbuckle ever call his own plays?
As far as Nick calling his own plays on the field, at times he will check a play when he gets a certain look. We usually send him to the line of scrimmage with 2 calls or sometimes 3. He has different options depending on the different front and coverage that he's getting or blitz. But he does have the ability at certain times to check to something that he sees, which he does quite frequently, and just hope it continues to work and works out for the best.
Hello, my name is Jamel Soul. I'm a senior business marketing major, and my question is, what is the locker room like before the games? Is it quiet? Are they getting amped up? Are they doing a Remember the Titan style thing going on? What's really going on in the locker room?
Well, it's funny that you asked that because we were just discussing that as a staff. Nowadays, young men like to listen to music. The way I was brought up and my time in the NFL, there really wasn't a lot of noise in the locker room. It was pretty quiet. Most people would, back then, you didn't have iPods and things to put in. You had Walkmans that you could put on your over your ears, and everyone listened to their own music. But nowadays, some teams play music. Some players just prefer to listen to their own music. Some people like to be quiet and go hide in the bathroom stall. Some people like to talk and laugh.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Good questions. We'll see you here next week.
Thank you. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to us beating Louisiana Lafayette.
Yes, let's do it. Let's get a W on Saturday. Well, one of the new facilities that Coach enjoys the use of every morning, and we've done this show from there, is the new weight training facility over at the Georgia State football practice facility. Our own Callie Mann talked with a few of the Georgia State offensive linemen about how they enjoy spending time in the new weight training facility.
Thanks, Dave. I'm here at the Georgia State Practice Complex where the football team is getting their hands on some state-of-the-art equipment in the brand new strength and conditioning facility. The 7,000 square foot facility is divided into 3 main areas. The platform area, running through the middle of the facility, features 8 dual racks for squats, cleans, deadlifts, and bench press. On the perimeter is the machine area, which includes various apparatus for specific upper and lower body workouts plus cardio equipment. Also on the perimeter are the power blocks, which operate as dumbbells of 5 to 125 pounds. So Taylor, tell me a little bit about how you like the facility.
It's great. It's great having everything down here. We don't have to go back and forth. That's always a good thing. A lot of new machines. Coach Alsop is a great strength coach, and we love it around here.
Oh, it's awesome. This is the best weight facility I've been in so far. And, I've worked out in a lot of facilities, so this is nice.
So you said Hallsoppel is a great coach. What has he taught you about training and competing?
Man, since Coach Sop's been here, the main thing's been finish. We work hard. We work really hard. Early mornings coming out at 6 a.m. in the spring and the winter. Extra voluntary workouts. We've been working really hard, and his big thing has been us finishing. I think that's really helped us this year.
Yeah, Coach Saab, he brings energy to everything we do. I think that's changed a lot this year, especially during the off season. The energy level was a lot better with everybody, and it's just he interacts with you. When you do something wrong, he tells you fix it right now, and then he looks, make sure that you fix it, and then keep going from there.
Yeah, he's definitely, immediately when he came in, he brought a new mindset with everyone. I think that was one of the most important things. And everyone's kind of doing it for each other at this point. We all see a bigger picture with it all. And he's definitely brought intensity. Everyone, you can't come into the weight room sleepy or not prepared. You got to be ready.
What's your favorite exercise?
Probably back squat. You know, we do it on Sundays, and it's a good time to kind of blow it out.
I love the squat. Squatting is my thing. I love it.
Why?
It's just, I guess I'm good at it, and it's just, you can feel the improvement step by step. Just put on 5 pounds more each, and you just get better.
My favorite workout, we got some new upper body stuff, so that's probably my favorite thing to do.
Judging by the players' attitudes, it seems like the strength and conditioning facility will be a huge success. But you know, Dave, we talked to the coach, and he let us know that it's not just about strengthening the players, but preventing injuries. Reporting for Georgia State Sports Update, I'm Callie Mann.
All right, we want to thank Callie for that fine piece on the new weight facility over at the Georgia State Football Practice Complex. Again, Georgia State football at home in the Dome this week, getting ready for Louisiana Lafayette. We turn our attention right now to Panther Town, and I say Panther Town, we saw it a few weeks ago in this show. It makes its debut at Georgia State basketball in the sports arena coming up, and we're pleased to be joined right now from the School of Hospitality, our good friend, Professor Deb Robb, and Panther Town coming up at the sports arena. And this is an opportunity where your class, and you guys have been working on this project, well, for a number of years, but this particular class this year getting ready to debut at this particular basketball. Tell me the theme this year of Panther Town and how much work your class has put into this project.
Well, for many years, I teach event management in the School of Hospitality, and we've been doing live events, and we have a great campus and school, and so athletics has allowed us to take a game, and so we worked it into this men's basketball game to do a tailgate November 13th from 5 until 6:45 on Collins Street, and so the students are required to develop the theme, the logistics, the schedule of the day, the attendance, the promotion, and everyone was so great here to help us with some video. And they came to class and introduced us. But the university doesn't give us any money for this, and they have to acquire all the information and knowledge on their own, so that by the time they're done, I really feel like they are really ready to go for jobs. And so because we've been winning and because athletics has been doing such a great job, the students now feel like, as in years past, maybe not, but that this is Panther Town, that they own Atlanta, that GSU's basketball team and football team are Atlanta's own, and the School of Hospitality students, and there are about 65 in this class, and their grade depends on the attendance, how much spirit there is in the room, how many people come to the tailgate, just like if they were a real event company working for a client.
This is an event you've been doing for a while. You and I have been around that sports arena now for a few years, and I can still remember I'm on the radio doing the pregame show, and I turn around, and the entire fourth floor behind me looks nothing like it looks on any regular basketball game. You guys had totally transformed the fourth floor of the sports arena. When
we started, we would do a winter carnival type of thing, and we actually developed our own ice skating rink because it was right at Christmas time. The schedule was a little different at that time, and we had ice skating rinks, and we would give away Christmas toys and do Christmas toy drives for the Marines and athletics and Georgia State. So we've done quite a few different things, but it's so nice that now the theme isn't the holidays, it's actually Panther Town, that they are, and our theme is we are Panther Town, that this is our town, this is our city, this is our team, this is our school, and it's all this just driven by the students, and they do a great job. It's hard work, it's not easy. They don't memorize a lot of bullet points. They get real life experience, but Georgia State students are scrappy. I mean, our business school students, they're going to have a goal and they get it done, and I'm real proud of them. So we need everyone to come out November 13th to be a part of Panther Town. You don't want to miss out on being not part of it, but and it will help their grades.
All right, well, great having you here. Always good to visit and talk about what you've got going on. And again, we want to thank Professor Deb Robb, School of Hospitality, joining us in studio. Again, it's been an ongoing project this Panther Town project. Again, we invite you to come out on the 13th to check it out. And right now, we're going to take a look at the behind-the-scenes preparation on everything that went in to getting Panther Town ready to go in the sports arena.
Yeah. Jumpin', them boys up to something. They just spent like 2 or 3 weeks out the country. Them boys up to something, they just not just bluffing. You don't have to call, I hear my dance like bustin'. Jumpin', them boys up to something. Jumpin', them boys up to something. Jumpin', them boys up to something.
Our class project is to create an event to get the students of Georgia State together and make us feel more like a family. So what we're going to do is, for the opening home game for the basketball season, is throw a tailgate and where the students can come and celebrate and get riled up for the first game of the season.
To sell out the entire stadium and have a rockin' student section to show that Georgia State is very supportive of our athletics and that we can rival the best of them for noise.
Like, I love Georgia State because it's done so much for me, and I just want to give back. And I just wish that would continue with football, basketball, tennis, everything, for people to have pride in their school and academics.
Should be a great atmosphere in the Georgia State Sports Arena coming up November 13th. It'll be the home opener for Georgia State men's basketball and also an opportunity for you to come out and visit Panther Town. Busy time again here in Georgia State athletics. Here's what's coming up this week. Saturday, November 7th, it's Georgia State hosting Louisiana Lafayette. The Ragin' Cajuns paying a visit to the Georgia Dome. Kickoff at 2 p.m. On Saturday, November the 7th as well, we've got Georgia State women's volleyball. They're going to host Georgia Southern at the Georgia State Sports Arena. That'll start at 6. On Monday, November the 9th at 7 o'clock, men's basketball going to play an exhibition against the Stormy Petrels of Oglethorpe University. That'll be in the sports arena. And then again on Friday, November 13th, again 7 o'clock, men's basketball kicks off the season against Middle Georgia State at the GSU Sports Arena. That's what's going on this week in Georgia State athletics. Each week here on the Georgia State Sports Update, we check in with Scott Holsopple and Kobe Kramer, the strength and conditioning coaches over at the Georgia State football practice facility. We get an update, a way that you can help yourself in strength and conditioning. This week, Scott and Kobe are talking about building your upper body strength.
Next, moving on, we're starting with the bench press. And then from the bench press, we're going to do a row, another press, and then we'd finish off with one more pull and bis and tries, and that would be our upper body. On bench press, Coach Kramer is going to have his working max, so it might be 410. He would come over to the 410 chart right here, and it would break it down for him. If we're using it that week, it would be 315 pounds for 3 sets of 5. He'll get a warm up here. Coach Kramer lays back. I always spot with an over and underhand. That way, in case he can't get it, I help him, and I always keep moving the bar. And the spotter is always ready. Once again, safety never takes a holiday here. So I'm going to help him up. This is his warm-up. He's going to get 5 perfect reps. Notice how Coach Kramer, he tucks his elbows, getting in a stronger and safer position. The more you rotate your elbows up on the bench press, the more stress it puts on your shoulders. The 5th rep, I grab it, I spot him, and I assist him in. From there, we'll put 315 on, working from the 410 chart, and Coach Kramer will try and make all 3 sets. One of the most important things in strength and conditioning is to make sure that you're accountable and that there's some form of progression, whether that's more weight or more reps or less time. There has to be some form of progression and accountability to hold yourself to that. That way we know that you're improving, and you know, more importantly, that you're getting better each and every day. Now we're going to balance it out with a pull. Coach Kramer is using a hammer strength row machine. It's ISO row, which means you can pull one arm at a time, so you can also get pretty creative. But just to start off with the basics and the fundamentals, you want to make sure that every repetition is done perfect. Coach Kramer's on the seat. He's adjusted it for him. We've recorded the seat height. He's going to grab the bar, grabs it, sits in, chest on a pad, pulls it back. 1. I'm going to count each repetition. He's going to pull it back. 2. He holds it until he hears a number. 3. That way also, if you want to make it harder, he's got to hold it there until he hears a number. So you can also force effort out of your partner. 4. Big pull back. 5. Good, we're looking for perfect repetitions every time. 6. And I'm also making him hold it. 7. Keeps his chest on a pad. Big pull. 8. That's the way, coach. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Big pull, stick. 9. Keep that chest on a pad. Let me help you before you cheat it. That's it. Keep it moving. I'm going to spot him by keeping it moving. He's still going to work. I'm going to help him. Pause, hold it there. Good, out slow, out slow, out slow. Give me one more now. One more big pull, one more big pull. Big pull as you start it. I'm gonna help him keep moving it, help him keep moving it, help him keep moving it. All the way back now with your grip and hold. Don't let go of it. Don't let go of it. Don't let go of it. Fight it down, 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 fight it down. Keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting, and good. And I forced 1 repetition out of him. Once again, these are great machines to make sure that you're forcing as much effort as you possibly can of every set. Now we're gonna go on to our second push. Bench press was our first push. You saw us bounce it out with another pull. Now we're going back to another push. Because on bench press, we don't train to failure. We train to 1 to 2 reps from failure. So Coach Kramer on the machine, on a hammer strength, it's a hammer strength incline machine. He puts his hands so his pinkies are even with the middle of his chest, so his seat height is set perfect. His back is flat, his head is up. He's gonna start doing his reps. Same principles. 1. He's gonna pause at the top every time. He drives it out. 2. Up. Hold. 3. Always waiting for my number. 4. He's taking all the way full range of motion. 5. And he's feeling for the bumper at the bottom, and then he changes direction. 6. Big drive. 7. See, coach, big punch. 8. And I'm watching from when he's starting to fail, so I'm ready to spot. 9. Good. He's still got it. He's still got it. Double digits. Come on. 10. There it is. Big drive out, big drive out, big drive out, big drive out. 11. So, wait, coach, 1 rep at a time. Big punch. Big punch. All you. 12. Keep going. Keep going. Big punch. Up, 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 up. I keep it moving. I keep it moving. That's all you. 13. Get another one. Get another one. Try another one. Try another one. Come on. Big punch. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Drive through it. Drive through it. Drive through it. Pause right there. Down slow now. Down slow. Push up. Push up. Down nice and slow. That's it. Control it slow. Control it down. Feel the weight. Feel the weight. And set it down. Relax. Good. It's another hard set. We like to train to failure. We're what we call a non-racket program when we get over to the machines because they're a little safer and a little easier to spot, and it decreases the whole risk-reward cost when you get over here.
All right, that's the Panther Pump segment. Again, want to thank Scott and Kobe. They'll be back with us on the show next week. Don't forget Georgia State football back in the Georgia Dome on Saturday. The Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette pay a visit. That game will kick off at 2, 1:30 airtime if you're with us on the radio on the Georgia State Football Radio Network. For the entire crew, I'm Dave Cohen. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week right here on the Georgia State Sports Update.